Why, hello there. Looks like the first thing I remembered to do was to unmute myself. Tech god I am today, I suppose. How's everybody doing tonight? It's just me here, unfortunately, for the hangout. Everybody else decided to take the night off as it is a pre recorded episode. But, I'm glad that there are a bunch of you out there here to join me tonight. And I figure I'd talk to you a little bit about how this whole idea came to be. And if you guys have any questions or anything about anything, Dungeon Scrawlers related, etc., just put it in the chat. So, the first thing I want to tell everybody is that we have a dice giveaway going on this week from phoenixdice.com. Once again, if you are a familiar face around here, which I'm sure many of you are, the command is !ticket. You type that into the chat and you get a chance to win. Anybody in the world may enter, and if you win, I'll ask you for your email in a private message and give that over to Phoenix Dice, and you could head over to our website and pick out a dice set of your choice from any one of those choices there. So, unless somebody else, I'll be monitoring chat while I do this, and also monitoring Zoom in case anybody else enters in the meantime. But tonight we have a very, very special episode. It is one of the first, it's the first series I believe we're trying to do pre-recorded. We've never done this before, and we thought it'd be an interesting experiment. As you know, with the end of the Westgate Irregulars run, we've been experimenting with a lot of different shows and different types of content, and pre-recording something that we've always wanted to do. So if any of you have joined us previously, I think like last year during Extra Life, we had a multiverse one shot with oh boy, I'm gonna blank on some of these people's names. The two guys from Two Black Halflings. Oh man, I mixed that up with Two and a Half Men. But yeah, Two Black Halflings and Trevor Bettis and Lauren Urban and Rhiannon Held, me and Aaron M. Evans. And we ran that as part of a charity game for Extra Life. And that was a game that was actually the sequel to a podcast episode that Aaron did with Trevor and some other people. And so we wanted to continue that game tonight. And we'll be showing you the first episode in a limited run by Trevor exploring like the same universe. We're kind of the same characters, but not really. So like Kyle St. James, who is returning as Space Uthal, you'll probably remember him from the Extra Life game. And we have Lauren Urban, who's playing Orkira. Although she may or may not be the Orkira that you know and are familiar with from all of the other streams that she's done, as this is a multiverse spanning game. So this is definitely a limited run. I see Rumpus Imperator ask that question, and we do have a little bit of a reputation around here for starting off as a one-shot and then giving that a part 2, sometimes a part 3, sometimes a part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, etc. In fact, we have one that is currently going on with no end in sight, and we might just... I don't even know how I'm going to spit it from a one-shot into a limited run or an unlimited run. But that is Isekai Realms. It's a fantastic game that Rumpus plays in. But yeah, this one's 6 episodes. We're going to pre-record 6 episodes, and we'll be showing that every other Wednesday, starting from this Wednesday. Yeah, that was a great game. Rumpus is talking about the last game from Extra Life, where we had a fight with a purple space worm, and it ended in one epic spell. Oh, sorry, we had a fight with a void dragon and ended with one epic spell that involved a great purple worm. So I think in future hangouts, before we do any of these pre-recorded episodes, we will be having some of the other players join us, and we can start talking about maybe like the episode that just passed the prior week and like some things that happened there, and what might have surprised us, and things like that. I just do a nice little retrospective. But at least for this first one, it's just me, and you haven't watched the episode yet. but I know what happens, and I'm gonna tell you, it's amazing. I really love the characters that we've come up with here. Oh, right, I started talking about them and then I trailed off. But Kyle St. James, he plays Uthal once again, and Lauren Urban plays Orkira, and Rhiannon plays in this as a character named Elysia, and she is the daughter of Artemisia from an alternate universe that may or may not be the exact Artemisia from the Westgate Irregulars universe. So I'm gonna tell you something between you and me. I don't like time travel, and I don't like parallel universe stories that like try too hard. Like I love sliders and like things like that because it's just about visiting like different worlds that have like an aspect of like weirdness or difference to them, or like Stargate is great for that. I don't like stories that travel between like different universes on different timelines, and it's about unraveling the Gordian knot of causality, like the butterfly effect. Sometimes it's done amazingly well, but a lot of the times it's kind of okay. And I feel like I want to spend more time delving into the characters and wild and fantastic worlds, and not just dealing with like a plot device or a series of details that you can kind of see coming. Ah, I see. The Idle Champions code is coming up as not a valid combination. Let me give it a shot. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks for testing that. I will also take this moment to plug that I'm going to be playing in a game. Also, I'm going to be playing another game on Sunday, and that is going to be D20 Deathmatch, where I will go one-on-one. I will create a character that's like the professional wrestler D&D character, and go one-on-one in a battle to the death against another pro wrestler D&D character. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll drop the link later on. Come by and check it out. Oh, hey, we have a Wild St. James. But in the meantime, I'm going to check this Idle Champions code.
Hello.
Hello. What is going on, St. James? Hello? Are you still with us? St. James. Knock once if you're okay. Knock twice if you need help. Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How's it going? What's happening?
Just hanging out here on stream with a couple of our viewers,
Yeah.
Got
Hi.
a new show showing today. You happen to know
Oh,
about
yeah. No, what is it?
Well, it so happens to be the continuation of a game that you played in last year for Extra Life.
Oh. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. I heard something about that. How's that going?
Yeah, I was just telling everybody about all the different characters, but we just hit like a minor tech glitch with our Idle Champions code, and I really need to sort that out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you came at a great time. Like, do you want to just talk about whatever you want right now for the next like 5 minutes?
Well, yeah, what are we talking about here? Just how it went. We're giving it a summary of what we're doing.
So I basically gave everybody like a
Switch
summary of the
thing.
characters, and I just so happened to cover Artemisia's. Oh, and I'll say my own. I'm playing a character named Perkins, and he is a great big Debbie Downer of an adventurer.
Wow. No, he's not. He's more the realist of the group, I think.
Oh, thank you. He thinks so too.
Where you have, you have Uthal as the opposite side of the bell curve of ridiculousness, and there's you who's just like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And then maybe we'll meet in the middle. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. But I think that that's actually like one of the joys of playing characters that are opposite each other is seeing like the
Yeah.
push pull and how they affect each other over the course of an adventure.
Yeah. I agree. It's so far from what I've seen, it's very fun.
Yeah, I've been having a great time.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about Uthal.
Yeah.
So most of us met
Mhm.
space. Okay, so first of all, say your entire name with all the
Oh,
titles.
I was actually pulling it up right now. You said you needed 5 minutes, right? I can give you 10.
That's how many titles this dude has.
Yeah. So his full you know, full name currently, based off of all of his achievements, is Uthal the Disfigured of Violaga, Goliath of the Shadows, Falayer of Mind Flayers, which is not good for our special host. I should
I
not
was
say that
gonna
around him.
say
Yeah. Uh the Poison Death Dancer, Breaker of Ice, Bringer of Cities, the Lost Frost Giant, Lethal Snack and the Kraken, the Savior of the Ordning, Slayer of Dragons, the Time Starter, Tamer of Nightmares, Fright of the Demons, Multi Universal Hero, and the Owner of Taverns. Um,
taverns.
yes, so you'll probably notice, as we did last time, is Uthal enjoys opening up franchises of fine spirits in random places. We have one in like Avernus, Candlekeep, throughout Waterdeep. I think we have like 4 or 5 of them over there.
Wow, hot
Yeah.
franchisee place.
Oh yeah, I think we opened one in the hotel too, the Multiverse Hotel, and because I think that was one of his agreements for helping, was that they would open up a fine spirits inside the hotel as like a nice little fancy bar for the hotel that everyone stays at. um and yeah, so from like our original campaign, from when I created Uthal, that was kind of our joke, is like, oh, we're just going to open up a new tavern. uh and so we'd pull like any like bad guy that we think can turn good. We'd pull him, convince him to be on our side after like they get like, completely just, overwhelmed by our group, and it's just them, and we're like, all right, so like we won't kill you if you want to be a manager at Fine Spirits in your new area.
Franchise or die.
And it's worked
That's
every single
hilarious.
time. I'm pretty sure we even have like a demon working for us in Avernus.
Oh my god. Is Trevor giving you like what do they call it? Not revenues, royalties. Like are you getting royalties from all these franchisees?
um to our characters specifically, no, but we just have this general fund that goes towards, our adventuring, pays for all of our adventures, and essentially pays for the rest of the franchises. But Trevor, I think, generally doesn't try to like, get too crazy with like, you need money to do this stuff. So maybe that falls into the fun of the adventuring fund, is like we just have an infinite amount of money and we just get kind of what we need throughout the,
Right.
you
He
know.
subscribes to like the hero economy. I got it.
Yeah.
So
Um,
Rumpus, Rumpus Imperator in the Twitch chat, he says,
mhm.
so you enslave them. You know what? Uthal does exactly what Subway and McDonald's and all those other franchises do. So let's not argue definitions right now, right?
Well, it's, and also we've always made agreements that we would be paying them. Like it's more like, join us
Oh,
and we'll
I
give you a
assumed you were
job and you
paying
get
them.
paid a lot. Oh yeah. We usually give them housing. If they have a family, we support them, give them good health insurance, really nice benefits.
Oh,
You
so
know
better than
how it
like
is.
Subway. Got it.
Yeah. And in some places where they were actually like, the minions of a demon, and basically, taking over cities to, essentially live, we're just like, no, just come work for us and you'll have, everything taken care of.
Yeah, and you could drink as much soda and eat as much froyo from the machine as you could ever want.
Yeah, give them a personal froyo machine if they wanted. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you. Oh, so actually, real quick for the viewers. Number
Yeah.
one, the code is set to start actually at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, so that's why it's not
Ooh.
working. It's a correct code. It only activates in about 16 minutes, so it's been duly
Oh.
noted for the future to activate it a little bit sooner.
Yeah, you just gotta
Number,
keep spamming it.
that's right.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Just keep spamming it. And keep opening tickets and keep telling me about it, please. But
I'm opening tickets right now.
um, the other thing is that for anybody who joined late, once again, we have a dice giveaway today from Phoenix Dice. So exclamation mark ticket into the chat. Anybody in the world may enter. Yeah, if you win, you pick any set of dice off phoenixdice.com. So I want to ask you a bit about Uthal. You said that you started this character with Trevor, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how
He
many? How long
what's that?
ago? How long ago was that? And how many campaigns have you played together?
It was I think, what was it? I'm assuming probably like 3 years ago, 3 or 4. I'm bad with time. It was back when I was still living in Portland. I live in Michigan now, but
Well, also anything pre-COVID feels like a decade ago. So
yeah. So 20 years ago, I think.
yeah, give or take. Yeah, give or take COVID.
Our children play, the junior versions of our current characters.
Whoa, that would be amazing.
It would be, actually. That's my plan if I ever have kids. So
I'm gonna have Aaron create a character and then have Aaron's son inherit that character to play in a future campaign when he comes of age.
That would be really good. Yeah, so we basically started that campaign. It was my second campaign with Trevor. The first one was a really good one. It was for Tombs of Annihilation, and we had a blast for that. And then he created a new one, and we tried to figure out a name going through it, and then eventually we decided that we call ourselves the Golden Pals.
Nice. Like the Golden Girls?
Just based off Golden Girls.
That's amazing.
Call ourselves the Golden Pals.
Oh, I love that.
It's so it was so good. And so our group, which I think originally there was only a few of us, and then we started just bringing more people on that played with us. And so like we went through all these campaigns and like started opening up our taverns. And I think I forget how many, like the actual count of campaigns like that we went through, but we played essentially, I think, every week.
Nice.
And had like a 2-hour session, I believe, every single week. And so we went through tons of stuff.
I feel like that's the sweet spot. Like 2 hours is like long enough to accomplish things, but not too long where you get like a little bit tired. And if you could meet every week, like that's just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dream.
Yeah. And that's pretty much kind of what we were doing. And it worked out really well because we do an hour and then take a break and then come back and play some more. And then I think we also did like sometimes like an hour one or something like that. But and that was just over I think originally we did it over
1
Skype.
hour? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was an hour, or maybe it's just always 2 hours. I feel like that's like the sweet spot, but I feel like Trevor's going to correct me at some point.
Trevor's going to be like, dude, we played for like 3 hours. Don't you remember?
Like every single, and I'm like, no. A huge trait of Uthal's, he just forgets everything. And so Trevor always just be like, does he remember this? And he's like, oh, absolutely not. And he's like, do you remember this? And I'm like, yes. Probably.
I find that like keen-minded characters is very convenient because then you could just force the DM to tell you what you in real life have forgotten all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Which I've used it occasionally, and I think he hates it. We're just like, Uthal has no idea, and he's like, of course Uthal has no idea. And he's like, do you want me to explain it? And I'm like, Uthal needs memory. Yes, he needs to remember what's happening. But then out of nowhere, I'm just like, remember this one point? Like, I remember like this one point, like 2 months ago that this specific thing happened. Can I use this again? And he's like, how do you even remember that? I'm like, I don't know, it just popped into my head.
Oh, you have one of those memories. I think I have one of those memories too, where you can remember like certain odd things just really well, and it just appears at the most random time.
Yeah, that's essentially how I am with a lot of the stuff. Like, I am just garbage with names, but like specific like little interactions or little key points that for some reason just stick in my head, just stick, and I'm like, oh, well, I can do this, or I remember this, and it usually works out pretty well. It's like, and I just basically put it to Uthal's just, careless memory, where he's just it's like for some reason the thing that works for him is what he remembers.
You know, I think like you've inspired me. I would love to do a one
Yeah.
shot like of the actual Golden Girls, but translated into D&D characters, maybe for charity.
Oh, that would be really, that'd be kind of really funny. Would it be like
Yeah.
a whole adventuring party type thing?
Oh, absolutely. And then
Yeah.
we need to like invite people who can imbibe like the big energy of each of the Golden Girls, but especially like the older grandmother, mother. Can't remember
Yeah.
her name right now.
Uh I can't either.
Like she
Suck
always
with
had the
names.
best roast for Blanche. Like it was great.
Yeah. Um hmm. That would actually be really cool, especially with like kind of how they interact and everything.
Hmm. Yeah, we have actually so something else we've been cooking up. So once a year we do that
Yeah.
extra life game, which you took
Hmm.
part in last year. But something that
Yeah, that
we've
was
also
super
been
fun.
yeah, it was great. And it was great having you. Like you were a terrific guest.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I'm happy you're back for this. So we've been toying around with doing like another charity day.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you know, but Aaron's son, one of Aaron's sons, suffers from like a rare genetic condition, and we've been trying to talk to this one foundation that
Hmm.
deals with that condition, um, and they finally set up a Tiltify, and they finally became a nonprofit that we can select on our Twitch donations tab. So
Yeah.
like there's always like a thing below our chat that shows a charity of the day that we sponsor.
Yeah.
And also today it's actually the Trevor Project. So
Oh,
yeah, they are a terrific cause. They
yeah.
help all sorts of LGBTQ youth out with like some of the darkest times of their life, you know, with
Yeah.
counseling, housing, you know, etc.
Hmm.
But anyways, in the future, we're
Yeah.
thinking on the 28th of February. It is, oh, I believe Erin did the research, and she said it was National Rare Disease Day. Let me
Yeah.
look this up.
That was on the
Yes,
28th.
yeah, February 28th, Rare Disease
Yeah.
Day just passed yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. Oh, that would have been a
but
good time to.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Hmm.
But next year, we're thinking about
Oh, yeah.
throwing like another marathon streaming session
Yeah.
close enough to the date or on the date and raise money for that foundation.
Yeah. That would be super awesome. I would be super excited to actually be part of that too.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. You were super.
Yeah.
I mean, I've loved playing with you in every game. You know, you bring the great energy.
Yeah.
Have you played
Um
a character other than Uthal?
uh yeah, I've played a few. But so far Uthal's been kind of my character. I had a blood hunter previously for Tomb of Annihilation. And that was kind of when I started playing D&D against. I used to play a bunch in high school, but never really had any characters that stuck. It was more just like um getting together with friends. Like we have a sheet that's kind of prepared already, and go for just the different events. And so far I've only created actually, well, okay, so I've created two legitimate characters, which is the Tomb Annihilation one previously, and then this one. I also created another character who's kind of more of just a joke character. He's an attorney. He's Uthal's attorney.
I
Um,
only make joke characters, Kyle. I only make joke characters.
Same. Same. But his stats are so bad. I try to an adventure one time with him as like a single one-off, and he, as an attorney, was instantly dead. Or at least
Oh
knocked out
wow.
instantly. Like a giant worm came up and just hit him, and I'm like, oh, he's not doing so good. Like he has great charisma, but this worm doesn't care about that.
Oh, that's just like Spurt.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm also going to be playing a joke character this Sunday. I'm just going to
Yeah.
plug it again. I know I plugged it like 10 minutes
Mhm.
ago, but just in case new people join. But this
Oh,
Sunday,
I
I'll
didn't
be
hear.
playing. Yeah, well, please, this Sunday, if you're free,
No.
I'm playing in a fun game on D20 Deathmatch, which is like,
Mhm.
imagine like pro wrestling, but in like a D&D PvP pit. And
Yeah.
each participant is supposed to create like the WWF, WWE, like huge wrestler persona
Yeah.
type character and bring that in, expecting to
Mhm.
brawl to the death.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
And so
super fun.
so what is your or do we know yet what your
Oh,
character is going to
I
be?
know. Yeah, I'll give you a
Or
little
will you know?
preview.
Okay, okay.
I'll give you a little preview, and then we have to go to break, and then we'll start the thing.
Mm,
So my character's name is Tusher.
too sure.
Yes, and I think his catchphrase is going to be, "You got tushed," or "I'm gonna tush you." And his whole concept is that he's a grung, and I don't know if you
Mm,
know the features of grung, but one of the features is that anytime they make skin contact with another creature, they have a chance to
uh-huh.
poison them.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh.
so Tusher is going to be somebody who wears like almost nothing, and
Mm,
he is going to be an expert in grappling, and he is going to take the unarmed fighting feat initiate or whatever expertise.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
passively, his whole build, the whole idea with him is he's going to run to somebody and just grab them, and just by grabbing them and holding them the whole time, he's going to be passively doing damage to them every turn, poisoning them, doing unarmed damage, moving them around, and on top of it, I made him telepathic, so
Oh my god.
he's just going to be whispering like things into their head like the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh, if you can what is it? Do the try to what charm them so they actually don't try to fight back. Just getting passively poisoned. Well, this is fine.
I mean, I think, yeah, I would do that, except Charm, I think, breaks off damage. So I think Fear, maybe, but I can't remember if, like,
Oh,
Fear breaks off damage. Obo
yeah.
Lauren, you are in the chat right now. Why are you not in the
Oh,
Zoom?
whispering sweet nothings.
She's just typing sweet nothings to us right now. But yeah, we got to go to a break. Um, but yeah, Tusher, that's Tusher the Toxic, and he also has a
That
toxic
sounds amazing.
personality, and he's
Oh,
going
good.
to, yeah, it'll be super fun. Um, okay.
Maybe you can take two people out and say that's a tusher.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah.
I need as many disgusting one-liners as I can get away
Oh,
with.
I will start sending them to you.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
please do.
great.
If anybody has them, I will just load me up with them. Just tell me. I'll like make a spreadsheet and I'll just say them as much as I can. All right, be right
Yes,
back.
I'm doing it.